From MontanaSports.com, this is MTN Sports Extra.
Hello and welcome to MTN Sports Extra on a Saturday night. I'm Tom Wiley. Thank you for joining us. We'll start as we always do in the Big Sky Conference, where the Montana State Bobcats are undefeated, rolling, ranked number 3 in the country, and trying to avoid a letdown on the road this week against a very dangerous opponent led by the reigning FCS National Player of the Week. MTN's Scott Breen has your highlights from the Beaver State.
Well, the Montana State Bobcats eager to run their record to 8-0 this afternoon against Portland State. Vikings just picked up their first win of the season a week ago today. Opening drive, Bobcats in white, Scott-Ray Humphrey scampers in from 7 yards out. And let's move to the second and check out this catch and run. Tommy Mellott hits Taco Dowler. He's quick, he's shifty, he turns it into a 57-yard touchdown. That closes a 93-yard Bobcat drive. Just under 6 minutes left now. Cats near the goal line again. Humphrey again. How about 160 yards? That's a career high and 2 touchdowns in the first half for Humphrey. Bobcats with another body blow. Mellott to Jared White, 24 yards. And they weren't done in the first half. Watch this effort after the catch. Rohan Jones at the goal line to make it 35-0. Montana State at halftime. Bobcats now just 1 win away from their best ever start. That would be 9-0 all the way back in 1956. Cats have a couple weeks to heal up with a bye next Saturday. Scott Breen, MTN Sports.
Again, the offense just clicking for Montana State. Over 600 total yards, a season high. Ty, I mean, not really much of a difference today here against Portland State from the number 1 offense and the number 2 defense, or the number 1 defense, I should say, in the Big Sky.
It's incredible. I mean, Scott just said you got to feel good at 8-0. Like, yeah, you got to feel real good at 8-0. I mean, they're one of 2 other undefeated teams in the country. Their performances, though, have been so dominant. I mean, you're getting into your 3s and 4s every week. Unfortunately, they've lost some guys, and so it's not common to have a second bye in a season. But man, this team could use this bye this week, heading into what's going to be a heck of a home stretch in the final month of football.
Well, how about Scott-Ray Humphrey today? A career day, 160 yards on the ground. I mean, same story once again. He just continues to tear up the turf for the Bobcats.
He's been incredible. I mean, he is an outstanding runner. He gets a lot of help from his dudes up front. The guy handing off the ball has done nothing but win games. But Scott-Ray Humphrey is he's an incredible running back. And I'll be very curious to see if and when Julius Davis comes back, now how that dynamic in the Juice squad, that running back room looks, man.
Well, I mean, you got a dangerous threat in Scott-Ray Humphrey. We know what Julius Davis can do. Man, that running back room, extremely potent for Montana State. But how about the defense? I mean, once again, the number 1 defense in the Big Sky, especially with the starters. I mean, they just shut out Portland State.
They really did. I mean, those first half stats were almost like, wow, I mean, is this for real? And then, they basically played through the third quarter. They've been incredible, man. I mean, yes, I mean, when I was talking about them losing some dudes, some of those dudes have been on the defensive side of the ball. It's a next man up mentality. Coach Bobby Daly's done a fantastic job this season. They've been playing really, really good defensive football.
Yeah, you look at the final stats for both Montana State and Portland State. Again, those 607 yards, a season high, but 9.1 yards per play for Montana State offensively. I mean, that's how they do their damage.
9.1 yards per play offensively is incredible. But let's flip the script a little bit, too. This is another outfit that the defense just held to 236 yards. 236 yards. I mean, that's going to bring that average of 280 or whatever it is coming into the game down some more. I mean, it's a complete team that plays very complementary football with each other. And I mean, I'd say they're on pace to do something special. They're doing something special as we speak, like going 8-0 for the first time since 1954.
In the Frontier Conference, Carroll College is the only remaining team without an official conference loss. That's despite a season-opening defeat to Montana Tech. That was a non-conference game. Now, since then, the Saints have reeled off 4 straight wins with a chance to make it 5 in a row against Eastern Oregon at home following a bye week. MTN's Johnny Walker has highlights from the Hilltop.
Carroll College coming off the bye today and looking to stay undefeated in Frontier Conference play as they host Eastern Oregon. Carroll jumped out ahead early in this one, and how about this bomb from Jack Perka? Ball traveled over 50 yards in the air. Saints lead 17-0 early second quarter. First half winding down here. Mountaineers have 4th and goal on the 3, and pass falls incomplete. So at the half, Saints go up 17-3. Coming out of halftime now, and watch Lincoln Holmes just snatch this ball out of the air. Carroll lead now up to 24-6. But now the Mountaineer comeback starts to take shape. 4th and 22, Eastern Oregon lines up with 4 receivers in a bunch formation to the right side of your screen. And somehow Tanner Sweet hauls it in for the Mountaineer tutty. 24-13 is the score now. Carroll's just gonna burn clock here, and the ball comes out. Eastern Oregon has it. So Mountaineers need a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal to tie this thing up. About a minute left to play, and here's the touchdown. 2-point attempt now, and the QB goes down. Can't escape the clutches of Garrett Warden. Eastern Oregon tries the onside kick anyway. Saints fall on it, and it's Carroll College scraping by to pick up their 5th straight win. And for all of our Frontier Conference football coverage, make sure you're keeping up with us over at montanasports.com. Reporting in Nelson Stadium, Johnny Walker, MTN Sports.
Hey everyone, Luke Shelton here in Butte, and if you're a fan of Montana Tech football, this next month is going to be a treat for you, with the Oretigers set to play 4 of their 5 final regular season games right here at Bob Green Field. This week, Tech looking to bounce back from a loss to Montana Western as they take on Frontier Conference newcomer Simpson University. Let's get to those highlights. Well, if you watched the opening play of Tech's last home game against Southern Oregon, prepare for a feeling of deja vu. Levi Torgerson on the kickoff return finds a lane down the left sideline, and no one else in frame as he goes barreling in for an 89-yard score. And from there, Tech quickly overwhelms the overmatched Redhawks. 4 minutes later, Blake Thielen to Logan Kennedy from 4 yards out, and it's 14-0 Oredigers. Then 2 minutes after that, Thielen to Wyatt Alexander from 33 yards out, and this game quickly getting out of hand. And everyone getting in on this scoring bonanza as a couple minutes later, Landers Smith finds the end zone for a 25-yard score, and Tech leads 28-0 midway through the first quarter. Still first quarter, and the avalanche continues as Thielen and Alexander connect for another score, and the phrase runaway win feels like a bit of an understatement. The Oredigers absolutely dismantle Simpson University to the tune of a 97-0 victory. Yes, 97 points, and that surpasses Montana Tech's program scoring record. Elsewhere around the Frontier, number 6 Montana Western rolled Rocky Mountain College thanks to a 5-touchdown outing from running back Jake Humphrey, and the College of Idaho topped MSU Northern 28-7. In Butte, Luke Shelton, MTN Sports.
Still to come, the top 2 teams in the 6-man ranks going head-to-head in what could very well be a championship preview. Sports Extra will be right back.
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
In the most recent MTN Sports Power Poll, Denton Geyser's Stanford Geraldine is ranked number 1, while defending state champion Centerville checks in at number 2 in the 6-man ranks. And the schedule dictates the top 2 showdown on Saturday, where both teams hope to make a statement. MTN's Will Charlton has highlights from Stanford.
This could be the matchup of the year to this point in 6-man, as the 2 best teams are going to clash here in Stanford. It's second-ranked Centerville and unbeaten number 1 DGSG.
First Centerville drive, Luke Kelly loses the ball and is recovered by DGSG. With the Bearcats looking to take advantage, Tice Smith looks for a man, but it's swiped away by Cale Annis of the Miners. Here's where the scoring really got going. Kelly gets it on a design run. He breaks free with some jukes and has lots of green grass ahead of him before being dragged down just before the end zone. A couple plays later, it's Kelly on a pass to his man Annis in the end zone, and the Miners take the lead 8-0. Very shortly after, it's the Bearcats on the move. Here's a pitch to Smith, and he gets some good yardage before being dragged down to the 3-yard line. Then to cap off the drive, Smith finds Brody Widgeway for the score. The ensuing kickoff, it gets pitched back to Kelly, and Centerville's big-time playmaker gets in space yet again, and here he goes. It's a house call to make the score 16-6. Another Centerville score later, and the Bearcats are knocking on the door. Smith sends one toward the back of the end zone, and what a grab by Axel Becker, a toe-tap touchdown. Both feet down means that would have counted on Sundays. But the Miners prove their might in this one, as the senior-laden squad just continue to dart their way through the Bearcat defense. Kelly finds Caden Olsen on a seam beater, which set up a wide open Kelly touchdown throw to Carson Darko. And the Miners run away with it 68-38. Will Charlton, MTN Sports.
Well, Denton Geyser, Stanford, Geraldine, and Centerville not the only top 5 matchup contested this weekend. In Billings, Gallatin, and West, the last 2 undefeated teams in Class AA going head-to-head on Thursday. Bears driving to start the second, C.J. Johnson over the middle, but watch the deflection. It's picked off by Mikey Anderson, runs it back across the 50 into West territory. That eventually sets up 4th and goal for Gallatin. Grant Vegan to Carter Dahlke, who sprints to the corner, makes it 12-0 Raptors. 38 seconds left in the half. Vegan to Bodie Knapsinger, 18-7 Gallatin at half. Gallatin makes a statement with a 39-21 win. In Class B, number 3 Jefferson and number 1 Manhattan. Panthers with the ball first. They convert on 4th and 1 to keep the drive alive, but then it's Montana State commit Luke Oxerar punching it in. Jefferson on the board. On 4th and 11 for Manhattan, Landon Benson hauls in a pass for the Tigers. Manhattan on the board, and they would roll the rest of the way, 37-19. Well, let's go to the volleyball courts. Number 1 Gallatin and number 2 Billings Senior. Michigan State commit Leela Ormsby out with a knee injury for the Bronx. But how about sophomore Emma Ormsby serving up the ace? More from senior here. Michaela Champlin able to hammer this one down over the Gallatin block with the Raptors firing back. Taylor Speak with the ace down the line. And then it's Kansas State commit Cadence Lundgren. Gallatin remains undefeated, topping senior in 4 sets. For a full scoreboard and recap from the weekend, visit MontanaSports.com.
Well, still to come, we're in the quarterfinal round of the Class A soccer tournament. See how your state title favorites fared in Saturday action. That's
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
Well, the Class A soccer playoffs are underway, and the Billings Central boys and girls are both top seeds and looking to finish the season on top. MTN's Alec Boffinger has quarterfinal highlights from Amon Park in the Magic City.
Hey there, folks. Alec Boffinger here at Amon Park in Billings on a brisk fall day as the Billings Central soccer teams host a pair of quarterfinal playoff games. Central's guys taking on Hamilton, and the Rams didn't waste any time getting on the scoreboard. The cross here finds Russell Johnson, and he deposits it in the back of the net in the 6th minute. Hamilton keeper Finn Dufresne was peppered with shots all afternoon, but he made several terrific saves like this one to keep the Bronx in it. Rams leading 2-1 and trying to put it away late. Bowman's sights denied by the post, and then Skylar Sanchez can't get a foot on it. Central had some missed opportunities today, but this wasn't one of those. Sawyer Gunther off the corner kick as the Rams advance with a 3-1 win. Central's girls taking on Polson for a spot in the semifinals, and the Ram girls also jumped out quick. One-timer here from Ava Yates from distance goes over the keeper's head and in. 1-0 Rams just minutes in. Central kept adding on. Emerson Dole no problem on the penalty kick here to push the lead to 2-0. The post wasn't kind to Central's guys or girls today. Avery Sorensen hits it, and then Amaya Larash finds the crossbar. But the Rams just poured it on the Pirates this afternoon. Another penalty kick banged home by Dole as Central wins it 8-0. Elsewhere around the Class A playoffs, on the boys' side, Columbia falls with a 3-0 shutout over Polson, while Stevensville tops Libby 4-1, and Whitefish advances with a 3-1 win over Lone Peak. Columbia Falls girls dominant today in a 10-0 win over Missoula Loyola. Also advancing to the semifinals is Laurel with a 3-0 win over Big Fork, and Whitefish 1-0 winners over Hamilton. It's Alec Boffinger, MTN Sports.
Still to come, we're still years away from the 2028 Olympics, but a Montana native has his eyes on Los Angeles. We'll meet Sterling Renault. That's next.
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
Well, the world watched as several Montanans competed at the 2024 Olympics in Paris, but 2028 in Los Angeles is shaping up to be a big one for the Treasure State, and with yet another former athlete working his way up to compete for his country at the highest level. MTN's Kyle Hansen introduces us to Sterling Renault.
Growing up, Sterling Renault was always moving with an emphasis on going fast. I was nonstop. It was nonstop athletics. My brother was playing soccer and basketball and football and track, and I was playing soccer and track. We were doing tennis camps and swim camps and all that stuff growing up. I mean, that's just how we lived.
So naturally, the Missoula native was bound for a future in sports, one that would take him through Sentinel High School, then to the University of Montana on a track and field scholarship, and now on the doorstep of making waves with Team USA cycling. But it's a journey that almost didn't happen.
My athletic career in high school and in college was a second chance. I had a crazy knee surgery when I was going into sophomore year of high school that, I mean, I basically couldn't walk from when I was an 8th grader to middle of freshman year.
Renault suffered from osteochondritis dissecans, a joint disorder where essentially the end of his femur died in 3 spots, so parts of the bone or cartilage began to separate from the other part of the bone.
I was on crutches basically from middle of my freshman year of high school all the way to the middle of my sophomore year. I didn't basically play any sports from 8th grade to my junior year.
Eventually, the healing began and Renault would be able to resume competing in sports. He chose to focus on track and field, and though he competed just 2 years in high school, he starred for the Spartans as a senior in 2014.
Track, that was where I just felt like I could just forget about everything and just run.
From there, Sterling would compete at the University of Montana, where his father, Paul Renault, was a coach, and he'd turn in a career where he was a 3-time Big Sky Conference champion for the Grizz and was part of an outdoor 1600 relay team that set the school record at the time in 2019.
If I hadn't had all those injuries, I could have ran a lot faster, but I still did stuff that almost nobody gets to do, so I'm never gonna bat an eye at that stuff.
But Renault wasn't ready to be done with athletics after college, so he went back to the well with a sport he grew up passionate about in cycling.
And so cycling was one of those things that I was able to do through all of those injuries, and it was just kind of a way for me to stay active.
Renault lived in Montana for a few more years before eventually making his way to Scottsdale, Arizona for a job at a world-class cycling shop. Not long after that, a friend informed Renault about the Search for Speed, a talent identification and integration audition that Team USA Cycling was putting on for their development team.
And I was like, well, that's the only chance that I'm probably going to have. So I drove 400 miles from Scottsdale to LA to get on a watt bike for 6 seconds, and that turned into 8 months of testing and training and going back and forth between LA and Scottsdale and doing integration camps.
Then great news followed.
After that 8 months, had what it takes to make the development team, and I think there were around 2,600 athletes that tried out for that first iteration of the Search for Speed, and from that 3 men and 2 women made it, and so I was one of the guys, and here we are.
So the kid from Missoula made it in track cycling with the Team USA developmental team in the team sprint. He trains, cycles, and lifts as essentially a full-time unpaid volunteer, and he competed at nationals this summer and has eyes on making the national team and, of course, someday the Olympics. It's a long way to go, but knowing Renault's story, he's no stranger to overcoming the obstacles.
When I was a young kid and looking at where I'm at now, it's still just like, what the heck? How have we made this happen? You put in the work, you put in the work, you put in the work, and then the opportunity arises. But then when the opportunity arises, it's still just like, ooh, I'm actually doing it.
Reporting in Missoula, Kyle Hansen, MTN Sports.
Well, that's our time for this edition of Saturday Night Sports Extra. Thanks for joining us. And as always, the conversation continues at montanasports.com. Thanks again. We'll see you next week.